and Cabinet has agreed to apply a short extension of Level 3 restrictions in Auckland.
Well, hello and welcome to Business New Zealand Policy Roundtable for Monday, the 24th of August. I'm Grant Walker. As you have heard, the Prime Minister has revealed that Auckland will stay in Alert Level 3 until 11:59pm on Sunday. The rest of the country will remain until Level 2 until then as well, and then we're all in Level 2 for at least a week. We will discuss that decision with Business New Zealand CEO Kirk Hope shortly, but first, retail sales figures out today show a historic 15% fall in the June 2020 quarter due to the initial COVID-19 lockdown. Stats New Zealand Retail Trade Survey showed it was the biggest drop on record in figures going back 25 years. Spending on eating out, accommodation, away from home, vehicles and fuel all fell sharply in the 3 months ending June 30 compared with the same time last year. Food and beverage services were the hardest hit with a 40% drop or $1.2 billion in sales in the quarter. The Auckland region had the largest dollar value fall during the June quarter, down 13% or $1.2 billion. Canterbury had the next largest fall in dollar terms, down 17% or $516 million. The Otago region, including Dunedin and Queenstown, the largest fall in percentage terms, down 27% or $343 million. Meanwhile, results from the Central New Zealand Business Confidence Survey may be a telling sign of things to come, according to Business Central and the Wellington Chamber of Commerce. The latest Business Confidence Survey was conducted during a 12-day period between the 3rd and the 14th of August. Now, that included 3 days when New Zealand changed alert levels, Auckland to Level 3 and, of course, the rest of the country to Level 2. A sudden drop in confidence after the August 11th announcement meant most indicators remained the same or were worse than the May survey results. CEO John Milford says the results are also further evidence that businesses need certainty and stability in order to rebuild their confidence. Overall, businesses' confidence in the New Zealand economy dropped further from May, with a net 61% expecting the national economy to be worse in 12 months' time. So, we now know what is happening with regard to levels. Joining me now is Business New Zealand CEO Kirk Hope. Probably not what everyone was expecting or hoping for, although it is only 4 days technically. But will that make a difference to some businesses about whether they survive or not?
Well, perhaps it won't make a difference to whether they survive, but it will make it harder for a lot of businesses. And of course, for some businesses, particularly in the hospitality sector, they won't be going back to an alert level 2. There are still social distancing restrictions and number restrictions on people for some of those businesses, which will make it hard for them.
So we at least know what's going to happen. I guess in some way that's good.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's helpful. I mean, it helps businesses plan for the next, 4, 5, 6 days. Ensures that they can get themselves organised and ready to go back to a lower alert level. At alert level 2, some of those issues around regional borders fall away, which is helpful because, the processes related to managing the border exemptions have been pretty poor, to be honest.
We've also, there's mandatory face masks on public transport as well, so there's going to be, it's kind of you're right, it's kind of a different level altogether.
Yeah, I mean, with the masks, I think, if having a mask meant that wearing a mask meant that more business could occur, I think, and more work could occur, I think people would generally pick up on that pretty quickly.
So would you say you're feeling disappointment, or was it pretty much inevitable when the last numbers we got were 9, there was the bus? Was this not inevitable, do you think?
It probably was, but nevertheless, you hope for the best and prepare for the toughest, I think, and that's why having that 6 days enables businesses to start to get prepared for getting down the alert levels, which is important as well.
What about the rest of the country? Do you think it's fair that they should stay in too?
Well, again, pretty challenging actually, because some of those businesses that are in alert level 2 relying on customers that are sitting in alert level 3, for example, the tourism sector, parts of the tourism sector which were just getting up and running again, now have to wait another week. So even in alert level 2, there are restrictions. There's social distancing on public transport, for example, which impedes a lot of people from travelling around Wellington. And empties the CBD and has an impact on businesses here in Wellington.
What needs to improve then between now and then midnight on Sunday?
Well, look, I think probably my first key ask would be that processes for managing exemptions for movement around regions and between regions improves vastly. It's been really poor. I mean, I think out of 11,000 exemption applications, only maybe 2,000, up to 2,000 have been processed. That's not really good enough. That is that's kind of money that businesses and their employees are losing, and they don't need to be losing. If we went, for example, if we had to move through an alert level in another region, we wouldn't want to see the slowness of that response again.
So you talk to the government virtually on a daily basis. What do you need from them now?
Actually, a couple of things. I think much more clarity and certainty around how different regional alert levels might work, ensuring much more certainty and clarity around inter-regional travel. And the second thing is, I think actually what is needed is an all-of-government approach, like was operationalised at a national level to work in regions, to make sure that we can kind of cut through. If there are barriers that are unnecessarily there, that they can be cut through and sorted out so that businesses can operate.
So just to confirm, what we know is that Auckland 3 till midnight on Sunday, then they go to 2, the rest of the country stays in 2. The decision will be made next week as to when we all get out and if. So for those in level 3 who are supposedly going to go to level 2 point something, what advice have you got? Because it's still going to be tough in level 2 for some of them.
Yeah, I think look, get involved, get advice from EMA, who's in the Business New Zealand network, about what you can and can't do. If you're having frustrations or experiencing frustrations with getting exemptions, just keep trying, and again work with the Business New Zealand network and the EMA and getting those, helping get those exemptions. I guess prepare for a 3, a 2, a 2.5, and then a 2, because it will be, as the Prime Minister said today, it will be a step process through it, and just I think have a review your health and safety plans. Continue to review your health and safety plans.
Kirk Hope, thank you.